What is wrong with this team? Everything. I don't know what is wrong. Like, it's just never easy, is it?
Lin Dunn didn't just throw Stephanie White under the bus. She hit the gas, cut the brakes, and drove straight through Fever Nation. Indiana Fever fans are in full meltdown mode as front office drama explodes into a whole new level of chaos. But this isn't just behind-the-scenes noise. This could have massive ripple effects on Caitlin Clark's future. We're not talking petty politics anymore. This could rewrite the entire narrative around how the WNBA treats its biggest stars. Should the front office really be pulling the strings on how coaches manage generational talent like Clark? Is Coach Stephanie White the problem, or is she being set up to fail? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should White be fired, or given more time to turn this around?
I'll say it. Fire Stephanie White. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Let's not sugarcoat this circus. This is a front row seat to chaos. I'm here to break down every jaw-dropping twist in the full-blown soap opera unraveling in Indianapolis. Lin Dunn didn't just stir the pot, she set the whole kitchen on fire, unleashing scorched earth takes on social media. And when a veteran executive starts airing dirty laundry in public, that's not just smoke, that's a 5-alarm inferno tearing through the heart of the organization.
Lin Dunn hosting, and this is again the former like GM of the Fever, who's now something to do with the Fever. I don't know what her role is. She goes, don't expect the players to do it if you don't drill it.
Let's rewind for a second and remember how this season was supposed to go. The Indiana Fever rolled in like they were building a super team, stacked with savvy vets and postseason resumes. Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, Sydney Colson. They were shopping for battle-tested leaders like they were assembling the Avengers. On paper? A dream. In reality? A toddler's finger-painting disaster, messy, chaotic, and hard to look at. But here's where things truly derail. It's not just about the losses piling up, it's the mishandling of Caitlin Clark. You've got the most electric offensive talent the league's seen in years, someone who didn't just break records, she broke the internet. So what does Stephanie White do? She takes the ball out of her hands and forces her into a dull, lifeless motion offense that's got half the fan base dozing off.
I mean, this offense looked awful, and Sydney Colson, my God, is terrible running point guard on this team. Terrible.
Now for those of you lucky enough not to witness this motion offense in action, picture this, a bunch of players playing hot potato on repeat, hoping something magically opens up. That's it. It's a system better suited for a high school scrimmage than elite-level pros. And when you've got someone like Caitlin Clark, running that kind of offense isn't just a bad call, it's borderline sabotage. It's like buying a Lambo and never driving it over 20 miles per hour. What are we doing here?
They had 0 fast break points. 0 fast break points on the game. 0 fast break points. I don't care what this score ends up.
Look at what Clark did at Iowa. She was the offense. She ran a free-flowing system, called her own shots, and lit up scoreboards like it was second nature. Just last week, in a win over the Liberty, she accounted for 54 points between her buckets and assists. That's what happens when you actually let her run the show. But Stephanie White? She seems allergic to giving Clark the keys. Instead, she's jamming her into a system that smothers everything special about her game. Then came the social media explosion. Lin Dunn, once the Fever's GM, now awkwardly tucked into a vague, senior advisor role, finally snapped. She posted a not-so-subtle statement online, something about not expecting players to execute things you don't drill in practice. Harmless on the surface? Maybe. But let's be real, it was dripping with shade. You don't need a PhD to figure out exactly who that was aimed at.
Stephanie White is getting destroyed today. Ken Swift posted this, a picture of what's supposed to be Christy's son.
And it wasn't just what Dunn said, it was when she said it. Her post dropped right after another brutal loss where the offense looked completely rudderless. The players seemed lost. Clark looked visibly frustrated. And the fans? They were one broken play away from grabbing pitchforks. Dunn didn't just throw shade, she practically handed the internet a playbook detailing everything wrong with Stephanie White's coaching. And the fans? Oh, they're done playing nice. One particularly savage comment nailed the mood. The fans are turning on Stephanie White, and fast. These aren't casuals who tune in once a week. These are ride-or-die fever supporters who've stuck with the team through thick, and mostly thin. If they are flipping the switch this early in the season, that's not a red flag. That's a neon billboard screaming, "We've seen enough."
They were embarrassingly bad without Caitlin Clark. They were just embarrassingly bad. And I mean this. A good coach will figure something out. A good coach will figure something out. Does this team play defense? No. No. I mean this. This team doesn't play defense. They've just gotten lucky. Teams miss shots. They've gotten lucky. Teams miss shots. They don't play defense. They still don't play defense. I know they held the Mystics to 83 points. This was a Mystics team who were not shooting well. They don't play defense. They don't defensive rebound. They don't put in any effort. And that's on coach. That is on the...
What makes all of this even more maddening? It was completely avoidable. People were sounding the alarm months ago. They warned it was a terrible idea to take someone as creative and free-flowing as Caitlin Clark and drop her into a rigid motion offense. They begged the coaching staff to build the team around her. But nope, Stephanie White clearly thought she knew better. And now? The results speak for themselves. Here's the part that'll bake your brain. White got fined for publicly criticizing the refs. But maybe, just maybe, she should focus less on officiating and more on her own playbook. Because what's killing this team isn't a missed call or two, it's the fact that they are actively wasting a once-in-a-generation talent. Let's talk numbers. When Clark's on the floor, Indiana's offensive rating is 107.5. When she's off, 82.2, that's a 25-point swing. Not a slight dip, a total offensive collapse.
Sorry, there is no way you can have 0 fast break points a team unless you are actively trying to not run. Unless you are trying to not run. You cannot have 0 fast break points as a team. Someone just said it, no defense, no offense, no fight. Outside of Lexi Hull and Aaliyah, or not even, I can't even blame Aaliyah.
This so-called motion offense? It's supposed to promote flow, rhythm, and reactive basketball. In reality, it does the opposite. It suffocates playmakers and kills momentum. And when you've got someone like Caitlin Clark, who sees the floor in 4K before anyone else even blinks, you don't want her stuck in a rigid system. You want her improvising, slinging dimes, creating chaos, the good kind. Instead, they've got her standing around, passing sideways. You wouldn't tell Steph Curry to only shoot layups, so why is Clark being boxed in? And don't even get me started on this "take the ball out of Caitlin's hands" strategy. We're talking about a living legend. The woman led Iowa to back-to-back national title games, shattered every scoring record in sight, turned the WNBA into must-see TV, and redefined what a rookie can be by earning first-team All-WNBA honors in year 1. You don't rein her in, you unleash her.
But the Fever got rid of her, and the Fever got rid of her coach. They got rid of her, and they got rid of her coach. They got rid of exactly what she wanted to do. And you know what? I hate saying this. Lin Dunn was probably right when she said it should be a 5-year plan to improve. That the plan to improve should be a 5-year.
The final blow? Lin Dunn isn't just some random voice raising concerns. She's the architect of the Fever's only championship. She was on the sidelines when Indiana took it all in 2012. She knows what a winning culture looks like. So when someone with that kind of resume starts sounding the alarm, you better believe it's not just smoke, there's fire. And if that alone doesn't make you question White's game plan, just look around the league. Vegas built around AJA Wilson. New York centered everything on Sabrina Ionescu. These teams don't cram their stars into rigid systems, they elevate them. They lean into the talent, spotlight the strengths, and let greatness lead. Indiana? They've got a generational player in Caitlin Clark, and they are running plays like she's just another name on the roster.